like, and subscribe, because today's story may be the very turning point your heart has been searching for. This is not just a story, but a prayer, a reflection, and a reminder that no pain you've ever gone through is wasted. Meet Daniel, a man who once thought his life had been reduced to ashes. He was in his early 40s, with years of broken relationships behind him, a failed business that left him buried in debt, and a loneliness so heavy it made the mornings feel darker than the nights. Every day he would wake up, stare at the ceiling, and ask God, "Why me? Why do I have to suffer when all I wanted was to do good, to work hard, to love, and to live?" If you've ever asked a question like that, then you'll understand Daniel's despair. His pain was real, raw, and relentless. But what if pain isn't the end of the story? What if pain itself is a bridge to purpose, a fire that refines instead of destroys? Daniel's story begins in the pit of hopelessness, but what's important isn't how low he went. It's what he discovered there. One evening, when the pressure of life felt unbearable, he walked into a small church. He didn't go looking for miracles. He only went because he needed silence. He sat in the back pew, hands trembling, tears filling his eyes, and there he whispered a broken prayer. "God, if there is any reason for me to still be here, show me. Turn this pain into something, anything, that matters." That night, nothing magical happened. No thunder, no vision, no sudden joy. But something quiet began. The prayer was the seed. And that seed, though buried under grief, would grow into the purpose that saved his life. In the weeks that followed, Daniel chose a new path, one small decision at a time. He started writing down his thoughts every morning, journaling not just his pain, but also little moments of gratitude. The warmth of coffee, the smile of a stranger, the strength to get out of bed. That simple act shifted his focus. He learned something powerful. Pain shrinks when gratitude expands. He also began volunteering at a local shelter. At first, he thought he had nothing left to give, but as he served meals to those who had less than he did, Daniel realized that his suffering had given him empathy. He could look into someone's eyes and understand their brokenness without judgment. What once felt like a curse began to feel like a gift. The very wounds he hated became the reason others trusted him, because they could see he wasn't pretending. He knew what it meant to hurt, and he knew what it meant to rise again. This is the solution most of us miss. Pain isn't a prison. It's a teacher. Daniel discovered that if you run from pain, it chases you forever. But if you face it, if you ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this?" then pain becomes purpose. He started sharing his journey online, first with just a handful of friends, then with hundreds of people who resonated with his honesty. People wrote to him saying, "Your story gave me hope when I was ready to give up." And that's when Daniel's prayer was answered. God had taken his suffering and turned it into a mission. He no longer felt useless or broken. He was a living example that scars are not signs of weakness, but of survival. His pain became a platform to inspire, and his story, once marked by failure, became a light for others still lost in the dark. Now, Daniel wakes up with a different kind of fire. He still faces challenges. Life hasn't suddenly become easy, but now he has a purpose bigger than his problems. Every day he prays the same prayer that started it all: "Lord, turn my pain into purpose." And every day he sees how that prayer is answered, not by removing the pain, but by transforming it. His business loss taught him resilience. His heartbreak taught him compassion. His loneliness taught him the value of connection. And his suffering taught him to serve others who are hurting. This is the truth he wants everyone to know. Pain is not the enemy. Wasted pain is. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can always choose how to respond. And when you decide that your struggles will not define you but refine you, then every wound becomes a weapon for good. Friend, if you are listening right now and carrying a heavy burden, take Daniel's story as your own invitation. Don't let your suffering end with tears. Let it end with transformation. Write your pain down. Turn it into wisdom. Share your story because someone out there needs to hear it. Serve others because healing multiplies when it's given away. Most importantly, pray, not just for your pain to end, but for your pain to find its purpose. That's the shift that changes everything. Today, let's end with this prayer. God, I give you my hurts, my broken dreams, my unanswered questions. Take what was meant to destroy me and use it to build something beautiful. Teach me to see pain as a seed, not a sentence. And may my story give life to others who are struggling in silence. Like and subscribe, not just to this channel, but to the mindset of hope, growth, and purpose. Remember, pain is not permanent, but purpose is eternal. Your scars are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of your legacy.